obviously writers know, they write about what they know, what has excited them or interested them, um, or has challenged them. And this whole area of the book that takes place during the Boxer Rebellion in China, I lived that. Um, I was with the First Marine Division um, in the bloodiest battle of the Pacific War in Okinawa, and I was the platoon commander, a lieutenant. And we were preparing for the landing on Japan, and they predicted tremendous casualties to the home islands. Um, after the campaign in Okinawa was over. But instead, the first atomic bombs were dropped and in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And instead of going to Japan, they sent the First Marine Division to China to take the Japanese surrender. And that was a challenge. But it was an exciting and interesting time in my life. All the places in the book, Tianjin, Taku, the harbor area, Peking, Beijing now, Peking then. I was there and spent time in all those places on a regular basis. And where I've been a platoon commander in Okinawa, I became a staff officer in China, and so I was introduced to. I learned a lot about the Chinese people, and my guide through that, I found that in doing my work, I had to be involved with finding facilities to billet our people and things of that nature. And the enemy at that time were the Germans and the Japanese and the Italians, and I went to all those areas. And it was difficult to communicate with these people without knowledge of the language. And I found somebody who was held in custody at the time, an Italian national. His name was Mario Giovannoni. And a wonderfully bright intellectual with a great sense of humor. And he was incarcerated at the time because Germany and Italy and Japan were all the enemy. And so I got him released from being held in our jail facility, and he became my interpreter. That the Chinese, who had reason to be horrified by some of the things that the Japanese had done. I mean, I have pictures that were given me of the Japanese cutting off people's heads in the city squares, and the bodies, the parts of the bodies lying there, and so there was real hatred at that time. Through Mario, and we became fast friends, and I was very fond of him, and we kept in touch after I went my way and he went his. He was repatriated, and he would write to me. And I asked him, is there anything that you could use that you need that you can't get in Italy, when he was back in Italy? And he said yes. He said he would love to have some jockey shorts. So I went out and got jockey shorts, a lot of jockey shorts, and a few other things. And I sent them to him, and he was overjoyed. And if you look in my den, you'll find a sculpture of an old tramp. It's a magnificent piece of work. And he sent me that. And then in time, we sort of, lost touch. And I'm sure Mario, who was older than I am, is gone now. But it was a character that really had an influence on me in many ways.